All right, it still says it's offline. I think we are online. We are live. It says I'm live, but I can't see myself. But now I can. Need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is blah, 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 which is not supported. Expected video resolution is 1280 by 720. So, question being, how do we change the video resolution? 1280 by 720. Stream. Output. Bit rate, all kinds of stuff. This is a test. So I'm kind of doing it on the fly. And it won't let me change the resolution while I'm in the stream. So I can't change the resolution right now, but how is it? Is it working? Apparently I need to change the video stream resolution, I guess. Let's see, I can see it on my phone. Apparently I need to change the video stream resolution, I guess. Well, I can hear it on my phone. You guys probably heard. We got a couple people on. Thanks for stopping in. I'm doing a test. And I have a little Tacoma news too. Ray, how's it going, Rob? Good, Ray. How you doing? Eddie, what are you doing on at 1 p.m.? I'm testing a new setup, a new live stream. Not new equipment, but new to the live stream. And how you doing, Eddie? What are you doing on here at 1 o'clock? Aren't you supposed to be working somewhere, doing something? Big Mo, lunch break test. There you go, Mo. What's up, bud? How is it coming through? So we don't have any lags. I see Bob says looks and sounds great here. Awesome. No lags or anything crazy like that, right? I do need to change the resolution. Apparently the resolution is not right. I don't know. The stream health per YouTube is orange, which kind of means it's okay. It's not great, but it's not horrible. I don't know. Jeffrey, coming in good so far. We see the trucks behind you. Awesome. Cool. It's a green screen thing, obviously. I had problems before with this setup. Since then, we've kind of changed the internet out here a little bit. I'm not in the house. And it actually seems to be better. When I did my test, it seemed to work good. I also added an external mic, one of those condenser mics. So how is that picking up? Is the sound good or too loud, too quiet? Big Mo, he thumbed up. All right. Bob says video and audio in perfect sync. Cool. Ryan says audio and video is good. Cool. Big Mo, it almost looks 3D with the background. Oh, awesome. Ron Trudell, looks good from here. Awesome. And how are you guys today? Is anybody working out there? Are you supposed to be working and you're on here? I'm just curious. Lee Fort, I am here in Burleson, Texas. Awesome, and it looks and sounds great. Welcome. I am in Harlingen, Texas, where it is cold, which it never is, rarely, and windy right now. Daniel says, looks good, retired. There you go. So you are at the point in your life where you can pretty much do whatever you want. Bob says, supposed to be working. Shh, Bob. I won't tell anybody. Don't worry. And I'm sure nobody that works where you work watches this, so you'll be okay. I mean, I wish they did, but I'm also interested to see, I'm running off of a, what is this, a Canon EOS M50. And I tell you, I'm pretty impressed with the picture and all that stuff so far. I thought I was going to have a problem with the green screen on this, but man, this thing works almost seamlessly, better than the laptop does, which I have down here. I have a laptop that I'm running through, and it works really well. I am quite impressed. Before, if anybody out there was ever on, I had lagging issues and crap like that. Daniel says he's trying to stay safe from the fires again. Really need taco pumper mod. I got you. And Daniel, remind me, where are you? Where are you in the fires? Or did you tell me already? You might have told me already. I can't remember. A little mid-afternoon pure leaf tea. It suffices. It's definitely uh, not McDonald's or my new favorite. I have a new favorite now, and that's Whataburger. Whataburger or Whataburger. Whataburger. That's the best right now. Daniel's in SoCal, LA, South California. I'm losing my mind. Southern California, Los Angeles. Gotcha. I think. Wow, more fires. You guys have a lot of fires. It's fires all the time out there normally, isn't it? I mean, typically. Bob says cool green screen tech. The green screen is awesome, man. I don't know if I can show you without the green screen on. Let's see. Let's see what this would look like without the green screen. As soon as I figure out how I want to do that. Or if I can even do it. Nope, that wasn't it. There you go. Now, you can't see the green screen behind me, but you can see it's just me sitting in the dark. There we go. And now the green screen is back. So, the modern technology era. It's pretty cool. I dig it. It's pretty cool. Eddie says the audio is a little behind. Really? Okay. Daniel says, yes, gotcha. Okay. I'm horrible at geography, I must say. Eddie said, working, you got it, working. Working hard. It's good to see that you're working. I'm working. I mean, this is my job. So technically, I am working. I am working right now. I don't know if I need to change the settings on this. It seems to be coming through pretty well. I think it's okay. I don't know. Daniel said, yeah, okay, that was yes to my comment there. All right, little Tacoma update. You know, I went to the dealership and I actually drove I didn't drive. I looked at 3 vehicles. I drove 2 and looked at another. You guys have seen 2 already if you watch the channel. That would be the Tacoma Off-Road and the Tacoma Sport. Bob says, I don't hear any audio delay. Awesome. It's hard for me to tell because on my end, when I watch this on the YouTube screen, there's a delay. It's always behind what I'm saying. If I watch it on the OBS screen, which is what I'm using right now, it's live for me. And I can mess with the audio a little bit. I can actually turn it louder. But I think I'm digging the way it sets up. I'll watch it back myself later to see, but it's good to get real-time input so I can see what the heck's going on. But anyway, I drove a 2020 TRD off-road and I drove a 2020 TRD Sport, which there are videos up on both right now. Bob says, I'm on a 400 megabytes connection, so might help. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the better connection you have, the better it's going to be. David says, loud and clear here, no delay. Awesome. Again, guys, I'm doing a test to see how this works with my new setup. I'm running through a Canon M50 camera as opposed to just a webcam or the cam in the laptop. And so far, I'm digging it. I think the picture's better. The interface is much better. And it's really quite simple. There's a couple pieces of software that I'm using. One is OBS, and the other is something called Camera Live. And you just plug the cam into your laptop, plug the microphone in, and you're golden, man. And it works really, really well. Bob Winters says, nice mirrorless camera. It is. It's an awesome camera. I actually found, though, that Daniel says, ain't broke, don't fix it. You got it. Jeffrey says, looks great, no changes needed. Liked the blue TRD. It's awesome, isn't it? You can see it right up there. It's doctored a little bit, obviously, but the thumbnail picture isn't. But anyway, it just works much better this way. And again, this is a test, so kind of tweaking things as I go here. So far, I don't really see anything that needs to be tweaked. This is a great interface, or a great setup, I think, for a rookie. I mean, I'm not an expert camera guy. You can see my hand disappears, right? That's when I go outside of the blue screen, or the green screen, rather. So anyway, I was at the dealership. I drove the off-road. I drove the Sport. And I mentioned on here the Sport to me, while it felt maybe peppier, maybe more nimble on the road, it didn't feel as good as the off-road did to me. The off-road felt better. Um, I don't know if that's because they say it has a softer suspension for off-road use. Maybe that's why. I don't know. One thing I will mention, it just crossed my mind. You know, a lot of people complain about the hood scoop, the faux hood scoop on the Sport. I didn't even notice the difference. I don't think, as I sit here and think about it, I didn't even notice the difference between the off-road without that hood scoop and the Sport with the hood scoop. I noticed that blue color though. I'll tell you that. That was awesome. So anyway, I also looked at an Army Green TRD Pro Tundra. Wow. And if you watched the Sport video that I put out yesterday, towards the end, I think it was, when I was outside looking at the truck, you could hear a grumble in the background. Something started, right? A brrr. That was the TRD Pro. Joe, the sales guy, was pulling it around so I could take a look at it. And it's pretty awesome, I must admit. I wasn't that big on the TRD Pro, but I got to say, you know, given the option, if I had one or the other, I would probably get the Pro, especially in that Army Green. That Army Green was awesome, man. That color, and in person, it looks even better. People complain about it being too bright or too glossy, I guess. But it's really not like that in person. It really looks pretty darn good. So I liked it. Sitting in it was nice and comfy, you know, but they all are, the Tundras. They're all nice and comfy. So it was pretty cool. There's going to be a video coming up on that. It's kind of a split video between a failed mod on the Jeep and looking at that TRD Pro. Neither one of them were too long to, you know, separately, so I thought I'd just combine them, you know, instead of having a couple of short videos. Bob says, haven't seen a TRD Pro Tundra yet in Army Green. That's the first one I've seen in person. And I gotta say, it's pretty sharp. And the one thing that I didn't think I'd like, Dave C says, hey Rob, just saw the live stream. Hey Dave, how you doing, bud? I'm doing a test. I have a different camera set up and an external condenser mic now that I'm running all this through, as well as the green screen you can see behind me there. Obviously, I'm not sitting in front of two cartoon trucks outside. So I'm doing a test with the new setup that I have, trying to see what the audio's like. Is there any lag? Are we going to have any buffering? You know, the circle of death. Just to see how this works. And I thought, well, best way to do it is to get on, go live, and see what you guys think of it, because it's hard to tell when you're just recording it yourself. You know, I mean, I can record this, but I want to know what it's like in real life. You know what I mean? So anyway, that TRD Pro, the Tundra, oh man. The one thing I wasn't sure, like I was saying, that I didn't know if I'd like, the TRD Pro in the back is red, or part of it. I can't remember now, but it has stamped into the bed, and then they had the overlays inside, the letters, you know, the stamped TRD Pro lettering. And part of it's red, and I didn't know if I'd like that, you know, but I gotta say, the color red that they have with that Army Green actually looks pretty good. I was really kind of surprised, and it looks good inside too. There's some red stitching, and of course the TRD Pro logo stitched into the leather seats. While I'm talking about leather seats, you know, I mentioned the leather seats in the Tacoma Sport that I drove. Of course, they're in the video as well. And I'm a leather fan now for the Tacoma. I think that given the choice, if you can, you definitely want to get the leather. I was hesitant, and to be honest, I wouldn't have gotten leather because I believe the leather comes with heated seats, I think, which I don't need. I mean, I live in the south, way south, and it doesn't get cold here, you know? So I really don't need heated seats. But to get the package that I had to get, because you have to do that to get the options that you want, I had to get the leather seats. And I'm glad that it turned out that way because I'm digging them. They were comfortable, man. So not only do you have the new 10-way adjustable lumbar seat, you also have the leather in there. Pretty good combination. Big Mo says, I like the color of your Tundra. That's the color Pro I would get. The magnetic gray, what is it? No, it's, yeah, magnetic gray metallic. It's a pretty neat color. And it's one of those colors that changes, you know, depending on what kind of lighting you're in, how bright the sun is, how clean it is. Really changes a lot. And I wasn't a big fan, to be honest, when I first got it, but it's growing on me. I dig it. I like it. Adnan. Okay, sir, quick question. The last year Tacoma and the 2021, they are the same. Why did you change what did you see in 2020? You decided to go for it. Basically, what you're saying there is why did I go from the 18? I actually have a 2018 Tacoma to the 2020. The biggest reasons for the channel. I mean, this is what I do for a living, and if you're going to do it, in my opinion, and the way I operate, you're either all in or you're not. And for me, all in means you have to stay current and up to date with what's out there. And I thought that the changes that are in the 2020 are profound enough or important enough to go ahead and step into the 2020. That's why I did it. And I'm also changing the style of the truck or the trim of the truck. You know, I have the Sport automatic 2-wheel drive right now. I'm going to an off-road 4x4 manual transmission. So it is going to be different. I have to shut the door. The door just blew open. I got to shut the door real quick. One second. Okay, that was weird. It's very windy here. We're having gusts up to 50 mile an hour, so I guess I didn't have the door shut all the way. I don't know. But that's basically why. For the channel and because I wanted to switch the truck up for the channel, I guess. From an automatic to a manual transmission 4x4. Bob Winters says, the stick. Yes, the stick. The stick. Ray says, looking forward to your reaction on how the truck feels as a manual compared to your current automatic. Different gearing and driving feel for sure. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a completely different truck. I mean, driving the 2020 as compared to the 2018 with the different seat adjustment and their little transmission fix. And by the way, they did make a fairly profound change in the transmission. It just feels more seamless to me as it's going through the gears, you know, in the automatic itself. It just felt better. This gear hunting and stuff that people complain about, I didn't notice it. To be honest, I've not noticed it in the 2018 that I have, so I certainly didn't notice it in the 2020, but it does feel different. So forgetting about gear hunting and stuff, it does feel different to me. It felt better. It felt smoother, more in the background, I think, as it should. If you're buying a 2020, I'm expecting that, or I would think that you're not really looking to feel all of the shifting and stuff in it, right? I mean, that's not why you buy an automatic. You want that to be in the background seamless, you know? Almost like an electric car or a CVT, if you could go that far. Let's see, gearing. All right, we've been on here for about 20 minutes. I haven't seen any issues. You guys haven't told me we've had any issues or anything, so I'm pretty happy about that. Ray, did you experience any rough or clunky downshifts? That was the big one for me. No, I didn't. I really didn't. It was just smooth, all around smooth. It felt great. Norland, did Toyota give you an official answer on how they fixed the tranny issue? For what I've heard, they've changed. No, but from what I've heard is they changed the shift points, tweaked the transmission a little bit so that the gears either run shorter or run longer. I would say they run a hair longer, and with a smoother transition between the gearing. That's what I would guess. I'm not a transmission expert, but that's how I would describe how it felt to me. Yeah, we're getting. I assume you guys can hear that beeping in my messages or emails or whatever coming in. Need to mute the computer, and I can do that. Let's see if I go mute. And I assume in muting the computer, I still see my voice on the screen in the form of a bar graph. That you guys can still hear me. So I'm hoping that muting the computer doesn't mute the sound. It shouldn't. Sean says, "Hey Rob, at work, just giving you a shout out quickly." Thanks, Sean. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday, bud. I appreciate you stopping in and do a good job. Do a good job working today. I'm trying. I'm working right now. Jeff says, "I can officially tell you that the seats in an SR5 have the issue needing your washer shim mod. I rented one and the cloth seats suck. My limited with leather have a different seat position." Really? I wonder why the leather would have a different seating position. Because I would think they would build the seat, if you will, all of them on the same frame. But that's interesting to hear. I wonder if it's just because it feels different. Obviously, you're going to get a different feel in a leather seat than you would with the cloth. But that's interesting to know. Let's see. Bob Winter says, "Yes, hear your inbox peeps." Okay, Bob. I have muted the laptop, so that shouldn't come through anymore. I'll have to remember to do that. Who wants to hear that? I don't even want to hear it. Justin, does truck come with crawl control even though it's manual? No, it does not. I know it was stated in the video that it did, but it does not. You can't have manual. You can't have a manual with crawl control or the multi-terrain. It doesn't have either one of those. Daniel, I wonder if they can adjust the shift pattern in the 2019. I have heard that they'll do that. I've heard that they'll reflash the transmission to solve this issue that people are talking about. So I'd get a hold of your dealer and ask them. I've had people say or tell me that they've had it done and that it solved their problem. So I don't know. I mean, I would think it's the same transmission. I mean, Toyota didn't go out and put a new transmission in the 2020. Now they can tweak the way it works because everything is electronically controlled now, right? So I would think that they would be able to tweak that. And like I said, I've heard from several people that they've taken theirs in and had a flash done, or a reflash, if you will, or whatever, to solve the transmission problem. I'd talk to your dealer, see if they know anything about it. M. Blake, hey, what's up, man? M. Blake says padding. Yes, padding. I have lots of padding. Jeff Hines, don't know, but it was noticeable like it was tilted forward. Wow, that's interesting because right now the seat sits backwards. If this is the front, your knees, to me it feels like it sits like your rear end is down. So if you felt like that, that's completely different. Interesting. And what year did you do well, it couldn't have been a 2020, so it had to be 19 or older. I don't know. That's weird. Let's see. Daniel says no. Crawl control. No crawl with manual. Right. M. Blake, a track is the same thing almost as crawl control. I'll be interested to experience what that is. To be honest with you, I mean, I've heard about it, but I don't have any firsthand knowledge of it, obviously, because I don't have my truck. And there's no manuals around to drive, but I'll be interesting. And I got to tell you that crawl control in the Tacoma is disturbing. You know, he put that on while we were in the parking lot, and realizing it was in a parking lot. So obviously the tires are grabbing the pavement. But man, it's loud, it's obnoxious, and I'd be interested to see how it works in a real life mud situation. You know, it's kind of like, it almost feels like anti-lock brakes. You know, the thing you experience with anti-lock brakes where they kind of come on and they go like, you know, it's kind of like that, but times 100. It's much more profound than that. It was amazing. Like I said, somewhat disturbing. Wax Gang Bong. Could you tell it had thicker windows? No. I've heard that. I don't even know if that's true. If it does, great. I couldn't tell anything like that. Didn't notice. Jeffrey, I had a software upgrade on my 2017 TRD off-road and it fixed it. There you go. No money. No out of pocket. There you go. Whoever it was that asked me that a few minutes ago, there is a firsthand report. Jeff Hines, 2018 Limited, 2018 SR5. Gotcha. Steve, TRD Off-Road Manual has A-Track, works like crawl control. Yeah, what he said, LOL, I own one, same thing. Gotcha. M. Blake, I own a manual. A-Track is same as crawl control, except you input the power. See, that's going to be interesting. I can't even envision what that's like in a manual transmission as compared to what it was like in the automatic. It's going to be very interesting to see. When you say you input the power, I assume that you simply mean by giving it gas or not slipping the clutch, if you will. Time for another sip of tea. Very tasty. So, one last time I'll ask, because this is, again, a test, kind of a test live stream, thing. What do you guys think? Everything's still solid, no problems, audio's good, picture's good, no lagging, everything working well? Steve says, Ford's system is similar yet more quiet. I prefer the Toyota approach. Peace of mind, I hear it working, I know it's psychological. Daniel says, good to go. Thank you, Daniel, appreciate it. Yeah, and Big Mo, thumbs up. Thanks, Mo. I know it's psychological. Yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean. If you're going to have it and you want to know it's working, then you certainly aren't going to have an issue with Toyota's system because you can't miss it. Like I said, for someone like me who had never experienced it before, it was almost disturbing. It was that profound or prolific in the truck. It's quite a system. I just wonder how much extra wear it puts on all the moving parts, because it's like a that's a good impression there of the system working. So I just wonder. Christopher says audio and video is excellent. Thank you, Christopher. Steve thumbed up. Albert Cabrera says, what's your favorite mod to do on your trucks? Wow. Let me think about that for just a second. Bob Winter says, awesome video, looking good, can't wait for exciting green screen effects. That's right. Earlier I had a video up of something. I'm not going to try to switch it now because if I do that, it'll probably blow the whole thing out of the water. But I have had, when I did this before, videos and things up going in the past. I don't know if that's more distracting than just a picture. A static image, if that would drive people nuts to have, things going on in the screen behind me. I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool. So we may do some more of that. I may have the truck driving around and stuff. It'll be looped, so it'll just be round and round and round. But I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Where was I at? My favorite mod to do on the trucks. Wow. Well, I don't know if it qualifies as favorite, but one of the first ones I always do is tinted windows. That's probably the most useful and practical one I do, simply because it cuts that glare from the afternoon and morning sun in on the side of the truck, more so in the afternoon, depending on what way you drive home. When I used to go to a normal job, I'd leave at night and the sun would just blast in. And of course, it would be coming in the driver's window while I'm trying to enter the freeway, right? Merge. So you look to your left and you're just blinded. It cuts that down so much that you can actually look left. Yeah, it's bright, but it's not blinding and you can actually see the cars that you're trying to merge in with. So there is a safety and practical issue in that. One of the coolest mods, really, is the center console cover mod that Kylan Brimhall did. And I know I talk about this a lot, and it's just a cool mod. Kylan does a great job, and I love having that logo inside the truck on my center console cover, my center console lid. It's just cool. Now, maybe I'm a bit vain because I have the channel, and, it's not really advertising. I mean, unless I had somebody that I don't know in the truck, because they'd be aware that I have this anyway. It's just a cool looking mod. Not a ton of money, And Kylan does a great job. I'd say that's probably, it ranks right up there as one of my favorite. Obviously, the lift, the wheels and the tires and all that, that's a pretty cool mod. That turn signal mod that I have or had on the Tacoma was awesome. I'm going to do that, assuming it fits on the new truck. I think that gets rid of some of that chrome on the side. It's awesome. I don't know. Those are probably my favorites. Creeping up there is that skid plate, the one that I painted black and then put the red letters back in. That looks awesome. I can't wait to see how that looks on the Voodoo Blue. The good thing about it is if I don't like the letters in red, I can change those. So that should be pretty cool too, man. Let's see. Jeffrey says, looking forward to all of it. Work. I must go. Here in North Carolina. Later, Rob. Thanks. You have a good day and a good weekend, Jeffrey. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I appreciate it. Bob says, still need your garage door opener mod with the 2020. Can't remember if the new Taco has home link or not. I don't know. I can't answer you. If it doesn't, you can be assured that I will do the same kind of mod. I may go with a different button this time. I actually have a pack of momentary switches that I got to do Krista's when I did the gate and the garage door opener mod in hers. So I have some different style, and I haven't decided what to do with the inside of this truck yet. Do I go red, stay with the TRD theme, or do I go blue to kind of carry through the Voodoo Blue color? I haven't decided, but I'll have to when I do this because I think whatever I do on the interior, I'm going to try to be uniform, you know. But I don't know, Bob. I can't answer you, man. I don't remember. I cannot remember. I'd have to look back at the video and see if that mirror had the buttons on it, because that would tell me. Steve, I am glad you went with the manual. No one has a channel featuring it. Yeah, nobody buys manuals anymore. It amazes me. I mean, they're becoming so unique that I almost thought, well, maybe buying a manual is not a good idea because there won't be enough people that can relate to it because nobody knows how to drive one, you know? So I hope that's not the case. I hope that, you know, it doesn't actually cost me and in that people are like, oh, we don't know how to drive that, so who cares? You know what I mean? I don't think so. I think it's kind of taken on a mystique of its own now. You know what I mean? West Coast says, hey, West Coast, what's up, man? Hello, Rob. Any plan to install the Retrax Pro tonneau cover? No. Probably no tonneau cover for me. I'm going to go with a bed rack because I'm going to relocate the spare tire from underneath. Or actually, I'm probably going to get a matching spare tire since it's going to be up and visible. And unless I can cover it. Maybe if I can cover it, I won't. But anyway, it's going to go on top of the bed rack, either on top or underneath. And I'm thinking of trying to use the pulley system that they have underneath the truck to mount it underneath the bed rack so that I can just get up there and lower it down to the bed. I think that'd be just cool to do, you know. Or I'll just set it on top and screw it in there. There's holes where the bed rack bars join, like so, with a hole right in the middle that I can thread a bolt through the spare tire itself and bolt it down up there and then lock it. Because I'll have to lock it, of course, you know. Otherwise, I'm going to donate it to any local thief out there that might be interested in it. Daniel says, do you use any of the Meso Customs mods? The turn signal mod, I believe, came from them. That was if you look back, that was the smoked piece that is the turn signal flasher in the mirror on both sides of the Tacoma. You replace the chrome one with their smoked version, which works great. I mean, it's awesome and it looks great. And I think that was from those guys. I also had a switch plate, I believe, from them. I'm pretty sure that I put in the Tacoma to be able to put some of the switches. Yeah, I did. Some of the switches where the cubby was. That's another thing I can't remember. I don't know if the 2020 comes with that cubby. on the left underneath the steering wheel. I need to go back and look at the video myself. Up, it looks like we are lagging. I see on my phone we are lagging. How about on the screen? Not on the screen, but there was a lag. I don't know if it came through to you guys. Let's see. Daniel says it does. Do you use any of the muscle cones? Daniel says it does. I assume you're talking about the home link. Christopher, how are you liking your Tundra? Do you ever wish you had gotten a 5.7 liter engine? I love the Tundra. To be honest, I drive the Tundra more as a daily than I do the Tacoma. Part of that is because I keep the Tacoma on a lift in the garage, so it's more difficult to get out, which is going to change. Once I get this new one and put the bed rack and stuff on it, I won't be able to keep it up above anymore. But I love my Tundra. I will never be without a full-size truck again, I don't think. They're just awesome to drive. As far as the power goes, the 4.6 compared to the 5.7, man, there is plenty. The only way I think that you're going to notice the difference between the 4.6 and the 5.7 is in towing or when going up a steep hill. If you're one of those guys that, you know, as soon as you hit the entrance ramp, the pedals to the floor and you're flying, you'd miss it then because it does lack as compared to the 5.7 and pick up on an incline. I did notice that when I was driving it, but everywhere else, I mean, it is plenty powerful for the Tacoma, or the Tundra rather. I wish it were in the Tacoma, but it's plenty powerful. I never feel like I'm lacking for power driving with that 4.6 in the Tundra, and it's too bad they're getting rid of it. I think it's an awesome motor. I understand why they're opting for the 5.7, at least now. I am hearing that the 5.7 is also going to go away and that they're going to have a 6-cylinder turbo. I'm sure you guys have heard the rumors. You know, a 6-cylinder hybrid turbo or something like that. In what they've got coming out in late 2021, probably 2022. So we shall see. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's fine. You can't get it anymore anyway, so unless you're looking in the used market, you can't buy a brand new 4.6. So it's really a moot point at this time. You're 5.7 or nothing if you're going new. So I don't know. There we go. A little more of the sweet tea. All right, guys, gals that might be hanging around in the background. I don't know. I've been on here for some period of time. Let's see. I've lost my screen. Yeah, about 38 minutes it looks like. With no issues. I did see the white circle of death on my phone, but you guys said you didn't see it. I imagine it was probably because I'm on a lag, and I'm guessing you probably did see it after a few, but seems to be pretty good right now. I am going to change that resolution. So we'll see. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping in, helping me with this. I really appreciate it. We'll be on Monday night, if not again before. Now that I have this new setup, I might start doing some more live streams just to connect with you guys, whoever wants to get on and say hey and let me know what's happening. I'm interested. Thanks for watching. Thanks for kicking on, and we will see you guys next time on the web. Have a great day, great weekend, everybody. Bye.